All my life, I've been an introvert. And yes, I have those moments where I'm very chatty. I have those people that I will just not shut up around. And sometimes I get so passionate about a certain topic that I'll just go on and on about it. But I could also be very quiet sometimes and just not speak to people. Sometimes I just don't want to talk at all. And sometimes I just want to sit in the silence and enjoy the peace around me. However, we live in the society that tells us that if you're an introvert, then something went wrong. They say that you have to talk more. You have to be more bubbly and talkative and cater to the emotional needs of everybody's fragile egos. And if you're too quiet, then that means that you're rude or you're stuck up or something's wrong with you or you're antisocial. And you have to constantly entertain everyone around you, or God forbid you be seen as a rude person who has no life and has no personality. But this is not me shitting on extrovertedness. We need introverts and extroverts to make this world a balanced and great place to live in. I'm just here to be an advocate for my introverted friends here by saying enough is enough, we don't need to be fixed and we don't need to be changed. We just want to exist as we are, and we want the world to be okay with our existence. Growing up being the quiet kid and being introverted and shy was always something that I was so insecure about. I got questions and comments all the time like, why are you so quiet? Why don't you talk more? Why don't you open up and speak some more? Why don't you insert yourself into the conversation? Why are you so reserved? And none of those questions or comments made me feel like they were coming from people who actually wanted to get to know me by trying to get me to open up so they could find out more about me. No. They came from people who were trying to change me into an extrovert or change me so they would feel better about themselves. And looking back, I realized that all those comments came from people who were very insecure, because I realize now that secure people don't actually mind the silence. They don't mind being around quiet people. It's just those people who want every single person on earth to like them. And if they're not getting that verbal validation from a quiet person, that quiet person likes them, then they think that, oh, a quiet person doesn't like me. I need to get them to talk more. And now I realize it just really wasn't about me. It wasn't about me being quiet. It was more about people feeling bad about themselves, and they just wanted to project that bad feeling onto me by making it feel like there was something wrong with me being quiet. And like I said, it's not everybody who feels that way. A lot of people are very okay with people being quiet and being introverted because they're secure in themselves. They don't need everybody to like them. They don't need everyone to yap and constantly chat to them to feel complete. And we live in a society that just can't handle the silence. Sitting in silence is uncomfortable. Being in silence is scary. And so being around a quiet person, oh goodness gracious, that's the worst one of all. But we can't all be loud. Not everything needs to be loud, and not everyone needs to be loud either. And that's okay. It doesn't all have to be so loud. And a common misconception about us introverts is that we don't like to talk. We like to just keep everything inside and just bury everything inside of us, and we have no personality because we never talk to people. But that's not true. We're actually just more selective with who we talk to. And the thing is, we all love expressing ourselves, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. But introverts tend to express themselves in other ways than just only talking. But I want to drop a bomb on you. Did you know that there are actually chatty introverts? What? Seriously? Yes, there are chatty introverts, and there are actually quiet extroverts too. Well, how could that be? I thought introverts were just the most quiet people. How could they possibly be chatty? Actually, your definition of introversion is all backwards. Introversion just means that you pull your energy from being by yourself. And extroversion just means that you pull your energy from being around other people. And so when us introverts recharge by ourselves and then we go into social interactions, some of us can be very talkative, but others of us could be very quiet. Same with extroverts. Some extroverts might be very quiet around other people, but that's how they recharge. And in order to feel like the best version of yourself as an introvert, you just need time alone. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that you have to force yourself to be around other people, making it feel like, oh, I have to be around these people in order to be societally accepted. No. If you pull your energy from being by yourself, go have that alone time, despite what other people think. And neither way to exist is a bad thing. If anything, I find it beautiful that some people are able to pull their energy from interactions and other people need alone time to pull their energy from. And nothing's wrong with either or. And being an introvert does not mean that you don't like to talk. talk. No, 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 no. We all like to talk. Everybody likes to talk to the right people. Trust me. And a lot of introverts are just more selective on who they talk to. And I love talking to the camera. I'm enjoying talking, and I'm an introvert. So get this stigma out of your head. And if my energy as an introvert is being expelled by talking to other people, oh, you bet I'm going to be talking to the right people. You know, I'm going to be talking to the people that stimulate me the most. Because if my energy is being drained from a conversation, it best be going somewhere valuable. But introverted insecurity is a real thing that many of us introverts face, because we're always shown that being extroverted is the one correct way that you should be in society. Extroversion is always lifted up and praised, while introversion is always looked down upon. The labels outgoing, bubbly, talkative are always associated with positive connotations, but the labels quiet, reserved, and silent are always associated with negative connotations. There are so many books and videos and courses out there trying to help people to become more extroverted. But there's no books or courses on becoming more introverted. They're always promoting how to have more extroverted traits, but there's never any content out there promoting introverted traits or how to adopt those. But all of these things subconsciously imply that there's something wrong with being introverted. And in order to have a happy and fulfilling life, you have to become more extroverted. Or it's also implied that introversion is something that needs to be worked out of or grown out of or fixed. Like it can't just exist on its own. It needs to be changed in some way. And yes, I can agree. There are benefits from having extroverted traits, like learning how to converse with people and connect with people more, and how to extend your social battery and be able to make conversation with people. I think that those are all wonderful traits. But there are also a lot of great introverted traits as well. Learning how to be with yourself, learning how to rely on yourself, learning how to enjoy your own company, learning how to self-soothe, and learning how to be confident in your own energy despite what other people think. And so when we only lift up one set of traits and shit on the other, we're implying that we all have to have these certain traits in order to be acceptable humans. But confidence, let's go back to confidence. Let's talk about what confidence actually is. People think that being confident is being the most talkative person in the room, always cracking jokes, always making people laugh, having as much charisma as possible. But I believe that being confident just means being able to recognize your worth on your own, despite what other people might think or say, and being able to hold that value within yourself. It's being able to recognize your own worth despite external people or circumstances. And trust me, there are a lot of chatty people out there who are very insecure. And being confident also means being confident in your decisions as well. If I want to talk to someone right now, I'm going to go for it because I know that I can and I want to talk right now. But if I don't want to talk right now, okay, I don't have to force myself to talk right now. I can be quiet and still be confident about that decision. And this means that you could be the quietest person in the room, but still exude so much confidence, because confidence is a state of being. It's an internal state. It's not how much you run your mouth. It comes from owning who you are and being okay with who you are and being okay with however you exist. Confidence is just a knowing that you are enough just as you are and wearing that in your expression. It doesn't matter how much you talk or not. And if I'm being honest, I am trying to learn how to adopt some extroverted traits. But before you call me a traitor, realize that it's okay to want to learn the other side's traits. Realize that it's okay to want to develop certain traits. If you're an introvert and you want to learn how to develop extroverted traits, great. That can help you get out of your comfort zone. And the only way that we can really learn and grow in this life is by getting out of our comfort zone. I really want to learn how to have better connections with people and strike up conversations whenever I want to without fear stopping me. Because trust me, I do get anxious a lot of the time, and sometimes I hesitate making conversation. But now I'm adopting these extroverted traits with the mindset of how can these things benefit my life? How can these things add value to my life? Instead of trying to get rid of my introversion by adopting these traits. I'm basically adopting them out of security in myself and realizing that these things can only help me to grow instead of out of a place of insecurity, making me feel like I have to change myself. And it's really not all black and white either. You don't just only have to have extroverted traits, and you don't only have to have introverted traits as well. You can have both types of traits. And life is also about learning and choosing to leave our comfort zones. And so if extroverts have traits that you might want to discover or tap more into, getting out of your comfort zone to tap into those traits can be something that you can do for yourself to help you to grow and expand. And extroverts can do the same exact thing with introverted traits. If introverted traits are things that might help them to grow and to expand, adopting introverted traits might be the route that they could go down. It's like introverts and extroverts are meant to learn from each other, and there's no right way to be. It's just, hey, you have something that I could learn from, and I have something that you can learn from. And it's really not introverts versus extroverts. It's introverts and extroverts together to make this world into a beautiful and better place. And we all bring different things to the table that we can use to make this world a better place. And sure, it might sound horrifying to leave your comfort zone and to adopt extroverted traits. Trust me, I know it is terrifying. But that's the only way that we could ever grow, is if we step out of what makes us comfortable. Because extroverted traits are things that could push us into expansion. And just like extroverts, introverts are also very awesome as well. A majority of the world's greatest artists, authors, thinkers, visionaries, inventors are all introverts. The world would be a very dull place without introverts. Who do you think is staying in on Friday night, creating all these wonderful things for the world? It's probably not these people who are going out every single Friday night and partying, no. It's those people who are sitting with themselves, thinking on new ideas, putting their creation to use. And this is why I don't believe we should shit on one type of person and uplift the other. Both types of people bring value to this world, and they're just different people for different things. Not everybody's going to check every single box that we think we should fit into, but we don't need to do that. There's beauty to be found on both sides, and there's nothing wrong with either side. And maybe you're just naturally in the middle, and that's awesome for you. Just own yourself as you are. But there's nothing wrong with the way that you exist, and there's nothing wrong with what feels safest to you. If you want to learn more extroverted traits, go for it. If you want to learn more introverted traits, go for it. But do so out of a place of wanting to learn and grow, and not out of this place of, I need to change myself. There's something wrong with me and I need to be different. And if other people can't handle the way that you exist, all right, that's just them. Unfortunately, they can't handle it. That means that you have the power over them if they can't handle it. And you didn't come here to make them feel happy or to stroke their ego. You didn't come here to do that. You came here to exist as you are. And if someone can't handle that existence, that's not up to you to fix. You just came here to exist, and it doesn't matter how loud or quiet that existence is. Your existence is authentic to you, so own it, no matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert, because you don't need to change yourself for anybody other than yourself. So if you want to change because you want to, but don't change because you feel like you must for the validation of other people, because those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter. But you are perfect just as you are. Exist how you want to exist, and don't apologize for your existence. But just remember that I believe in you, but I just want you to believe in yourself. I'll see you guys next time. Hey there, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm on a mission to make self-love accessible and free to as many people as possible. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, because the more people that hear these messages, the better. Peace out.